Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Just want to remind you that my videos are for education and entertainment purposes only. And just wanted to come on here and discuss there is nothing new under the sun. Were Lot's sons married and on the down low? And why did they not leave Sodom and Gomorrah with their wives? So just something to ponder right now. And watch the video and then remember to hit that like, share, and subscribe button, and also leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Now we know there's nothing new under the sun, as in Ecclesiastes 1:9 says. And then we're gonna move on to Genesis 19:1-16. And then we're gonna get to Genesis. Before we get to there, we're gonna do Genesis 18:20. So much for coming to the channel today. While you're at it, hit that like, share, and subscribe button. I would surely appreciate that. I just wanted to come on today to share something with you that I discovered from watching a YouTube video very, very early in the morning. The person's name is Sean Crenshaw, who had done this video, and he was speaking on Genesis 19:1-16. Is where the story, everybody knows mostly the story of Sodom and Gomorrah, where the angels came and visited Lot. And before then, Abraham was saying that to get the message of the city being destroyed, he said, hey, if there's 50 people, will you destroy the city? When the angel brought the message to him, and the angel told him, okay, if it's 50, I want. And he just kept going on and on and on. And he got all the way down to, well, would you destroy this city if it was 10? And so the angel said, hey, if you find 10, I will not destroy the city. And so the thing about that is that if you go back to Genesis 18, and I'm going to read this, Genesis 18:20, it says, and the Lord said, because the cry of Sodom and Gomorrah is great, and because their sin is very grievous, I will go down now and see whether they have done altogether according to the cry of it, which is come unto me, and if not, I will know. And so that's back in Genesis 18. And then when you go to Genesis 19 and just read Genesis 19 from 1-6, and it shows the interaction of when the two angels come to Sodom and they're coming through the city and the men of the city. Now remember back in Genesis 18 how the Lord was speaking and saying that the things were grievous. And so now we're in 19 and they do approach the city and they approach Lot and they speak with him, and Lot says he has sons, he has daughters, and then the daughters are married because he has the two son-in-laws, or the son-in-laws with him inside of his household. So there's the wife, Lot's sons, daughters, son-in-laws, and of course Lot. And so the angels approach him, and as the angels are in there, Lot asked the angels was like, no, we're going to stay outside. And then Lot is like, no, because, Lot knew how the city was. And so he says, no, please come in. And he fixed them some nice, I'll say, victuals, since I'm from the Midwest. So he made the angels some food and things, and they came in and they was staying with him in his household, with his house. And so then the men in the city approached the doors, and they were pushing in, and they were pushing on Lot to release the men to them because they saw the men, they wanted the men. And one of the important things, how scripture says there is nothing new under the sun, and that's in Ecclesiastes 1 verse 9. It says this: the thing that hath been, it is that which shall be, and that which is done is that which shall be done. And there is no new thing under the sun. And so you look at the things that's going on today, you think it's new. It's not. All these things that are happening now has happened before, has been going on before. And some people think that you have to think about it. These men were married to Lot's daughters, which meant that they were their husbands. And these men apparently were also having relations with men. And now this was brought out. Like I said, you keep reading the things and you don't think of that. But in this particular city, that's what was going on. And these men happened to be married, because else how are the reproduction going to be happening within this city? But even in Lot's own household, apparently the daughters' husbands were participating. Now some say, oh, this is a stretch, but you have to think about it. They didn't go when the angels took the family out, or when they were leaving. Those men did not go with their wives. When the other men in the town were pressing up on Lot to release the angels to them so that they could do whatever they wanted to the angels, and they told Lot, and just read it from verse 1 to 16, they told Lot, if you don't release these men to us, so you can imagine their burning desire for these angels was just like hot, hot, hot. And the angels smote them with blindness where they couldn't even find the door. But you have to imagine that Lot had told the men that were pressing on the door, I have daughters who have not known man. Let me pray you, bring them out unto you, and do to them as is good in your eyes only. Unto these men do nothing, for therefore came they under the shadow of my roof. So what he's saying is that because these men came up under his roof, it was his responsibility to protect the men. Now some people say, well, what about your daughters? But those daughters were married. Where were the husband? Why had not the husbands been with these daughters? So I think you can see the analogy here with some people being married to men that may be on the down low and not touching their wives. And this is a situation where these women had husbands, but the husbands had not touched them. So who were they touching? Were they in the pack? Were they looking at the angels? They did not make it out of the city with the mother-in-law. The mother-in-law ended up looking back, so she turned into a pillar of salt. They did not make it out with Lot or his daughters, and I believe Lot's son. So you have to look at things, broaden your mind, and think about, why would husbands not touch their wives? And this is what I think a lot of women today need to come in terms with, because there is nothing new under the sun. So is this a case of nothing new under the sun, meaning that there are cases where men are marrying women back in Genesis that are not touching their wives because they don't want women, they want men? And this should be explored, and this just came on the other day, and like I said, Mr. Crenshaw was explaining this, and I had never, as I was reading it, it's just like some things just pass your mind, but sometimes when you, as you go on in life and keep living, as they say, you just keep living, you'll run into stuff. But Sean Crenshaw pointed that out, and I thought that was very interesting and to a point, made me think. And then I remember the scripture just popped in my head. There's nothing new under the sun. Ecclesiastes 1:9. There's nothing new under the sun. If there's nothing new under the sun, having a down low spouse, having a down low boyfriend, it's nothing new. This down low stuff is really nothing new. And boom, there it is. But just let me know what you think. Hit the like, share, and subscribe button and let me know what you think. Leave a comment and do read for yourself. If you get a different meaning, different understanding, can point out something different. And I don't want any, please, no down low men. Don't try to come after me or anything like that because you know who you are and it's wrong what you're doing. I'm saying down low men. You know who you are. You know your activity. And that's all I'm going to say on that. But hit that like, share, and subscribe button and leave a comment. And also want to make sure that everyone is responsible for your own sexual health because if you're not, who else is going to be? Have a great day on purpose.